What's up YouTube? Grizzly Cards here with a special video for you guys. In this video, I will be taking you step by step through the submission process of submitting cards to PSA. And I will later be creating a guide to reviewing your cards and ensuring that your submissions are going to get a PSA 10, how to clean your cards up, and how to know whether there are any surface flaws, problems with the edges, corners, or centering. All right, so what you're gonna need for the submission process. Obviously, you need your cards. Mine are already in my card saver sleeves. You either need a card saver 1 sleeve, which is this one, or a card saver 2 sleeve. They're made by the same company. They're essentially the same thing. It doesn't matter which one you choose, but you do absolutely need this kind of sleeve to submit your cards in. PSA, they'll still accept it, but you might not get your preferential grade. You might not get that PSA 10. So I prefer personally the card saver ones because they're a little bit bigger, and these ones are a little bit smaller and make it a little bit tighter. So when you're pushing your card in, it sometimes feels like you're having to use too much force, and so I feel like these slide in better and will hold better. All right, so for this submission, oh, I almost forgot. You're also gonna need a bubble mailer, and for my size of submission, I'm gonna be using a small flat rate box from the USPS, and I mean, if you're doing a bigger submission, you might need a bigger box, but these flat rate boxes are great to get your submission to PSA in 2 days. And also, this is just my personal bias, but having it in a box rather than just like a bubble mailer, I just have the personal opinion that's less likely to get lost in the postal service. So that's what you're going to be submitting it in. And these are the cards that are going to be in my submission. The Prism base Justin Herbert, followed by another Justin, the Green Mosaic Justin Jefferson, NBA Hoops John Morant premium stock. Stand this guy back up. Then the Zion Blue Prism Tribute from Hoops Premium, the Kobe Upper Deck SP rookie card, and the Champions Path Charizard promo from the ETBs. All right, so that's going to be the submission. Now I'm going to take you through the actual online submission form process, and then I'll get into the packaging. All right, so we are going to get into this PSA submission. So the first thing you need to do is create an account on PSA. I've already done this. I'm already logged in, so I'm just going to go ahead and go straight into the submitting process. So you click up at the green circle in the top right that says Submit. Online Submission Center. You just click Start under Build Your Card Submission. It's pretty straightforward. I have this submission down here that I'm already made, but I'm just going to start a new one for an example. So I'm just submitting regular cards, so I'm going to stick with this regular or small size cards. That's just step 1. Go to step 2. I want the grading services, and if you're watching this video, you probably want the grading services as well. It's just grading. None of these cards need any sort of authentication or autograph authentication or grading. So this first option here, no autograph authentication, is what we're going to go for. We go to the next step. And if you want your cards back, which I do at in a decent time period, you want to go for Express. If you're gonna get your cards graded and hold them for a long period of time and you don't need them back immediately, go ahead and choose regular, but I want mine back pretty quick just because I don't like having to wait for them. And there's some that I want to sell and some that I want to display relatively quickly, so I'm willing to pay the $75 per card fee and it'll likely come back in about a month at this point, because I'm recording this on January 25th. All right, so I'm just going to use one of the cards that I'm submitting as an example to show you guys. I'm going to use the 2020 Mosaic Justin Jefferson. And so a bunch of options are going to come up, and I'm looking for the green Mosaic. So it's the first one right there. It's from the retail product. And I don't really care about minimum grade. Well, I do care about minimum grade, but I look over all of my cards before sending them in, so I expect to get a good grade on cards. If I don't think they're going to get a good grade, I don't send them in, so I don't want to put a minimum grade here. You do want to put the actual declared value. This is a variable cost for your submission, as it changes how much they're going to insure the shipping for, but because you're submitting what is likely valuable cards, you do want to submit the actual declared value total. So this card right now is sitting at probably about $30. And then to submit this one, you go to save, and that goes into your submission listing. And you do want to click on the tab that pulls up the card as you're typing, because that gives PSA a reference number for the specific card rather than just typing in the description yourself, because that can cause there to be extra fees to your submission if you don't click on the tab that allows for them to see the reference number, because they have to then go in and do additional research potentially. Alright, so just going to use one card for this example, and so we're going to go on to next now. So it's showing $89 for this one card, $75 per card, and then the insured shipping of $14. I'll have to blur out my address. So I do want the insured shipping. And then you go down here, put in your credit card information, and then you're going to go to the next step, which I can't do right now because I'd have to put in all that information. So I'm going to skip ahead here and show you what it looks like when I get that submission form back and I get it printed out and I get everything packaged up and ready to ship. All right, so once you complete your online submission, you're going to get some forms from PSA, and you're going to need to print them all out. 2 of them are going to be customer copies, and the first 2 will go directly to PSA and need to be included in your package. I'm not going to show you the whole form because there's personal information on there, but it'll look like that at the top. PSA copy 1 and then PSA copy 2. So what I just do is I just fold them up like I'm putting it in a letter, or putting it in an envelope. And then that's going to go on top of the bubble mailer in the flat rate box. And the other part of this is this form that you print off from PSA. And this little cutout bit right here needs to be cut out and attached to the box. That's crucial because it helps PSA reference what your submission is. It's like what they scan when they hand the box over to the people who are going to be processing your order. All right, so for the packaging itself, it is crucial that the order that your cards are in on the form are the order that they're stacked in the submission. So my form has Justin Jefferson, Justin Herbert, Kobe, Zion, Charizard, Ja Morant. So that's going to be the order that I put it in. I have a bubble mailer that fits pretty snugly the size of the card saver sleeve, so I can just put them in. I'm going to put them in horizontally. And then I'm going to fold that down. And then seal off the bubble mailer. And you don't really need any extra packaging other than that. In the flat rate box, it's okay if it bounces around a little bit. You know, some people might say otherwise, but in the card saver sleeves and bubble mailer, it's going to be perfectly fine. The cards aren't going to move around anywhere. So gonna fold it up. Well, first put my forms in, and then fold it up, and then attach this cutout bit, and then you just put the address for PSA on and take it to the post office, and you'll be ready to go. All right, so I figured I'd add one more thing. So as you can see, I have this taped onto the box. That's the barcode for PSA. But in this flat rate box, I also tape it up pretty well, because you just have this press firmly to seal thing. And I mean, sometimes it's really strong, other times it's not, and you don't want your cards popping out of the box. So tape it up really well. I'll be shipping this out tonight. Please make sure to go check out my guide to reviewing your cards to ensure that they get a PSA 10. And please like and subscribe, and I hope your cards get the best grade possible. All right, I'll see you guys next time.